In our office, we do what's called the gentle shaping system. You've never heard of it? Well, that's not a surprise. Most people haven't heard of orthokeratology either. But in the gentle shaping system, we look back at our history of how we changed the shape of corneas. It's not new. It actually started in the 60s. Doctors would have patients come in that were wearing old-time hard lenses. And the patients would tell the doctors, you know what? I take off my hard lenses at night and I see pretty darn clear. And the doctors heard these stories over and over again and started to research what they were doing with the front of the patient's eye. And they found they were changing the shape of the patient's eyes, and that helped them see clearly when they took their lenses off in the evening. Well, orthokeratology continued on as a daytime treatment up until about the mid-80s. It had limited success because there was a limited amount of nearsightedness that we could treat with it. But not only that, patients really didn't care if they had contacts on all day and saw gun smoke when they were watching TV at night. They wanted clear vision all day long without wearing contacts. So in the 80s, orthokeratology started to fade out. In the 90s, some really fantastic things happened. Doctors started researching how to change the shape of the cornea much faster. They developed designs that were able to do what we're doing now in accelerated overnight orthokeratology. But wait, we have to be able to wear these molds at night to mold the eye and change the shape while children sleep. And how did they do that? They used materials that were first developed for first responders. So firemen and policemen that had to get up in the middle of the night and see clear had to have special rigid materials. So by adapting these materials to these designs, we had the first steps towards accelerated overnight orthokeratology. Then the equipment to develop these designs on high-speed lathes had to be developed. And finally, to be able to measure the changes accurately in the office every time the patient came in, we needed to have a topographer to actually monitor the shape change of the eye and do a mapping of the front of the eye. And so in the mid-90s, accelerated overnight orthokeratology came into being.